Folks, Donald Trump's on a Latino outreach blitz that is leaving his opponents in the dust. And first, he's making waves on Univision, connecting with Hispanic voters in a groundbreaking town hall. But that's not all. Trump's surprise visit to a Bronx barbershop. It's got the political world buzzing. While Kamala hides behind scripts, Trump is out there pressing the flesh and winning hearts. It's a 1-2 punch. It's got Democrats on the ropes. So stay tuned as we break down these game-changing moments and what they mean for 2024. Now, check this out. Are you listening? Well, Trump connects with Latino voters. Our national debt has surpassed $35 trillion. The U.S. is borrowing just to pay interest, digging a deeper hole. Meanwhile, gold has surpassed $2,400 an ounce. The smart money is shifting to what the Constitution deems real money, gold and silver. So if you have funds sitting on a low-interest account or a 401k IRA, you need to call my friends at Global Gold Investments, America's leading conservative precious metals dealer. Call that number on the screen, 888-700-4148. Mention Next News for 5-star treatment and a free portfolio analysis. Or you can visit IRAGoldproof.com. You'll find it linked in the description. Again, that number, 888-700-4148. Remember, if you don't have gold, then you don't have wealth. All right. Pardon me. Gotta get a little sneeze out there. All right. Now y'all remember when Kamala Harris went in front of this town, did this same town hall format with Univision? This is the picture that was being circulated. It was a photograph of Kamala Harris in a teleprompter. All right. Now everyone jumped, oh my gosh, he's using a teleprompter at a town hall. Now I tried to apply some of my own production knowledge to this, because of the moderator at the town hall. And I believe that the script you saw there was for the moderator. Everyone else is saying it's for Kamala, but I didn't believe it. Now, look at this. Now we have a picture, same situation with Donald Trump and a teleprompter. Exactly the same. Now, you and I both know Donald Trump does not require a teleprompter, especially for a town hall. So this moment, because the Democrats are pouncing on this right now. They're like, hey, look, here's Donald Trump with his teleprompter. Where are you guys now? Why aren't you guys making a big stink out of this? You're screaming about Kamala Harris. Well, here's the photo, and then they show the photograph with Trump. Well, again, I go back to the point. This teleprompter was for the host, moderator of the program. All right, let's put that to bed right now. So Donald Trump goes on Univision, the same program Kamala was on, and no teleprompter. Now here's an incredible moment where President Trump consoles a mother struggling to buy groceries in this economy. Let's watch this heartfelt moment.
Energy.
So he knows it starts with energy. Because if the fuel prices go up, transportation costs go up, the cost of transporting the goods around the country goes up, and that is all pushed down to the consumer. So when you have Kamala Harris and Joe Biden attacking the oil industry all day long, saying we're all going to, have windmills in our backyard and solar panels on our cars, our electric cars will be forced to drive, it freaks people out and drives up the cost of energy. And the energy companies don't want to grow because they're being restricted. That's one reason why the cost of goods has gone up. We're going to get to the barbershop in a minute. Here's Donald Trump responding to a question about his big
regretted the thing.
So he understands the people he surrounded himself with before were the wrong people. And they were out for their own interests. As you saw after he left, how many people wrote bad, nasty books about him, testified against him at the so-called J6 committee. They all turned their backs on Donald Trump. And now he's going back. He knows where the bodies are buried. He knows who the good people are, and he's going to install the right people to surround him with so that he can make the right informed decisions to execute his agenda. Great answer. Great answer. And he's at least acknowledging where he went wrong. I mean, Kamala Harris can't even acknowledge to Brett Baer how many people came into the country without blaming Donald Trump. Now I'm going to throw it back to a moment at Kamala's town hall when she was doing some despicable pandering to pretty much the same audience.
Did you see the most recent report about the COVID? We talked about COVID, the COVID test. The most recent report, Donald Trump, according to that report, during the height of COVID, I'm sure there are people here who have family members or friends who died. And he secretly shipped off COVID tests to Vladimir Putin of Russia.
Yeah. Well, notice, Kamala does this all the time. A lot of politicians do this. We've seen it with Hillary. They change their dialect for the people they're talking to. Donald Trump doesn't do that. He's just him. He's real. So here's another example of Kamala saying the same word, but to a different audience.
Virtually every person who has recently died from COVID-19 was unvaccinated. The loss, the tragedy of that loss. Literally every person who has died from COVID-19 that we have recently been seeing was unvaccinated.
So yeah, she has a tendency to do that because she's just a fake and a phony and a fraud. She's not real. Here is Donald Trump talking about gun laws.
Are very interesting.
Yeah, he's got that right. Here's more. What are you going to do about them? You see, he's not changing his language. He's not changing his dialect, right? Here he is talking about the air in the water. See, they want to paint him as some guy who hates the environment and who's going to usher in the global warming catastrophe. Climate change. That's what they're calling it now. He's going to usher this in with his dictatorship. But it's not true. Here's his stance. Because remember, during his campaign or his administration, everyone behaved themselves. People were not invading Ukraine and threatening Taiwan and carrying out terror attacks in Israel. None of that was going on because it knew that Donald Trump wouldn't stand for it. And he would have done decisively swift action and squash it in a moment. But they wouldn't have done it. So when he says we should care more about nuclear weapons tomorrow than an eighth of an inch of water over 300 years, he's right. Because this administration, the Biden-Harris administration, has pushed us to the brink with all of the funding of all these wars and all that money that just feeds the war machine and the military-industrial complex. Here he is answering a question about the national...
Of the problem is growth.
We will be stronger than ever. We got another clip here talking about, speaking of growth, this is about jobs. But for people who are looking for a job, yeah, sometimes you don't have a choice. You just got to take what's there just to make ends meet. What Trump's talking about doing is making the job market so fertile that you have an option. You don't have to settle. You have a choice. And that means a lot to people. It's really important. Now, we have this moment. I saw this. I couldn't believe it. This guy set up like a hidden camera, it looks like. While Kamala Harris relies on carefully scripted interviews inside corporate studios, Trump is able to bro out with Hispanics inside a Bronx barbershop while they get their hair cut. And then go vertical, Brian.
And he absolutely said it. He said, I was tougher than her. They're very unhappy with her as a candidate. Let me tell you, they made a mistake, I think. I don't think they should. Maybe they shouldn't have left him. I don't know what they should have done. I don't care what they should have done. I'm just telling you, hopefully they're not going to be there long. They're destroying our...
So this guy set up a hidden camera, but here's another angle. Trump visiting the barbershop.
Nice to see you all.
Welcome.
I've been to the barbers here.
Excellent.
Very good. I can see that good.
Yeah.
Nice soft flow. What's that all about?
That's what I'm the back.
It's just the best. Nice to meet you all.
Thank you.
Big hand, strong guy. Nice to see you. So you're the owner?
My son's the owner. Yeah, his father.
Oh, you did that very nice and easy, huh? Is he as good as you?
He's great. He's better.
Is Trump going to get a haircut? Is he going to let him touch his hair? I don't think so. But that just shows you, Donald Trump going in, everyone, look at that place is packed. Kamala Harris, when she tries to pull these public stunts like this, no one shows up, nobody cares. But his Univision appearance, the barbershop visit, they weren't just photo ops. It's a masterclass in connecting with voters. While his opponents struggle to relate, Trump is out there winning hearts and minds. But here's what I want to know. Is this a game changer for the Hispanic vote in 2024? I mean, we're already seeing the polls. Could this be the key to Trump's return to the White House? Of course, we've seen him, the enthusiasm. But what do you think? Will Trump's Latino outreach pay off at the ballot box? Share your thoughts in the comments below.